Ever feel like your glasses and high forehead make every haircut a struggle? Maybe you've changed your hairstyle, maybe more than once, just to hide your forehead, only to end up not really loving the look. You're not alone in that, trust me. But what if the secret isn't about covering up at all? What if it's about choosing the right style for your features and your glasses, letting them work together instead of fighting for attention? Here's something most people never hear. After 60, even the tiniest change, like the angle of your fringe, can completely transform your look with glasses. I know that sounds like a bold promise, but it's true. And honestly, sometimes it's just a gentle tweak, not a dramatic makeover, that makes all the difference. In this video, you'll see 5 haircuts that are perfect for glasses and high foreheads, plus a tip almost everyone overlooks. One that made me rethink what's possible, even after years of feeling stuck with my style. So if you've ever wondered what to change first, or what's holding your look back, I'd love to hear it. What's the one thing you wish you could fix about your hair right now? Ready? Let's jump into the very first style. The one that changed everything for so many women in our little circle. You've probably wondered if a haircut could actually make your glasses look better. Let's test that out together. So many of us stick with the same cut for years. Maybe because it feels safe, or because we think it draws less attention to a high forehead. But what if, without realizing it, our usual style is quietly pulling all the focus to that very spot, especially when we wear bold frames? I spent ages with the same basic cut, not noticing how it put my forehead and glasses right in the spotlight. Let me show you a shift that truly surprised me. A pixie with subtle temple layers. This isn't just about going short. It's about the way gentle layers at the temples frame your features, not just your specs. Suddenly your glasses become an accent, and your face feels in harmony, not hidden, not overshadowed. There's something quietly bold about it. But just between us, most stylists miss one trick that takes this cut from nice to wow. I'll get to that in a second. First, adding softness at the temples does more than just flatter your frames. It blends the hairline and actually minimizes forehead width, creating a younger, brighter effect. If you lean toward thin frames, you might be surprised. This pixie adds volume and keeps everything looking fresh, with barely any styling at all. Some mornings, I just run my fingers through and go. So which haircut has made you feel boldest in your life? Pixie, bob, or something entirely different? Feel free to share below. I'd love to know. And if you're curious about the most surprising fringe benefit on this list, stay close. The next style up might just change the way you think about bangs, forever. Let's get right to it. Side-swept fringe with wispy layers can instantly soften both your forehead and your frames. Yes, even if you wear thick glasses. It might sound unexpected, but the truth is, a light, angled fringe isn't about hiding. It's about drawing attention upward, straight to your eyes, while letting your glasses and your features share the spotlight. It's a common misconception that bangs are only for covering up, or that they'll make glasses look heavy. Honestly, I've seen plenty of women try a full, blunt bang and find it only made their frames stand out more. Not always in the way they'd hoped. But here's the difference. When you opt for a side-swept, almost feathery fringe, you introduce movement and airiness that frames the face, instead of boxing it in. Your forehead appears softer, your glasses look lighter, and suddenly, there's a whole new energy. Especially after 60, this touch of softness around the temples and brow line brightens everything. I've noticed it's a small detail, but it makes such a difference. Thin spots at the temples seem to vanish, and hair feels fuller, even when it's fine. It's like giving your whole face a gentle lift, without any drastic change. Ever tried a side fringe? I'd love to know if you have, or if you've watched someone else pull it off and wondered if you could too. Feel free to tag a friend who'd rock this look, or just share your thoughts below. But maybe you're someone who wants volume and length, not one or the other. If so, you'll want to see the next style. a mid-length cut that balances it all in a way that's both modern and low maintenance. Lisa always thought shoulder-length hair made her look older, until the day she paired it with soft waves and her favorite bright red glasses. If you've ever circled back to a style you thought was off-limits, only to be surprised by how it lights up your whole look, well, you're in good company. Sometimes all it takes is one change, a new shape, a bit of texture, to unlock something fresh and flattering. So, what did Lisa do differently? It was all about the face-framing wave. By adding gentle, mid-length waves, the focus naturally shifts away from the forehead and any little lines that may have crept in over the years. Instead, attention goes to the movement around your cheeks, your smile, and of course, those beautiful frames perched on your nose. There's something truly youthful about this style, especially after 60. Mid-length waves bring in energy and softness, and the maintenance? Surprisingly low. Most days, you can simply let your hair air dry or use a big round brush for a few minutes. No hours in front of the mirror needed. And here's the twist. When you wear chunkier or more colorful frames, these waves make them look intentional, like a statement, instead of overwhelming your face. Suddenly, those bold glasses you hesitated to wear become the perfect accessory. Has a haircut ever changed the way you felt in your glasses? Maybe it gave you confidence, or maybe it just felt fun. I'd love to hear your story, or see a photo if you're feeling brave. If your dream is low maintenance with instant shape and structure, stay with me. The next style is all about simplicity and lift, without losing an ounce of elegance. If waves are all about movement, the next cut brings effortless structure. Let's talk about the layered bob, a style that delivers instant fullness, but without piling bulk anywhere near your glasses. For so many women, especially after 60, the bob is familiar territory. But the magic happens when you go just a touch shorter and let those gentle layers do the heavy lifting. Here's what makes the chin-length layered bob such a standout for women with glasses and a high forehead. Those soft, feathered layers fall right above the frames, drawing attention toward your cheekbones and jawline. Instead of putting a spotlight on your forehead, this cut brings the focus lower, sculpting your features and balancing out the length of your face. Even better, a layered bob quietly counteracts thinning, a common concern as we get older, and gives a subtle lift to the jawline, adding a sense of youth and polish. The best part? Maintenance is a breeze. Most days, you can let it air dry for a light, fresh look that never feels fussy or overdone. I find a little bit of volume spray or mousse is all it takes to keep those layers buoyant. But, and here's the key, keep your ends soft and slightly above the chin. Harsh, straight lines can compete with the angular lines of your glasses, while softness flatters and blends. It's a small do-don't, but it truly makes or breaks the look. So which bob shape tempts you? Classic, layered, or even inverted? Drop a 1 for classic, 2 for layered, or 3 for inverted. And if you're curious about the fastest way to make a high forehead almost disappear without even reaching for scissors, you'll want to stick around for the next part. Still struggling to draw attention away from your forehead, even with new frames or fresh layers? It's a common story, especially for those of us who've spent years believing that bangs just aren't our thing. But here's the truth. Curtain bangs are the real game changer, shrinking a high forehead and working in harmony with glasses at any age. The magic of curtain bangs lies in their gentle, sweeping shape. Unlike heavy, blunt bangs that can weigh down your face and your frames, these longer, parted bangs soften every angle. With just a bit of length, curtain bangs graze the cheekbones and fall naturally to either side, adding youth without any drastic chop. You don't need to commit to a full fringe. The sweep does all the work, keeping everything airy and light. I'll share a little scenario. A woman in our circle once told me she'd avoided bangs for 2 decades. She worried they'd feel too young or out of place, but curtain bangs changed everything for her confidence and her style. She found they instantly balanced her face, And she didn't even have to switch up her glasses. That's the other hidden perk. Curtain bangs work beautifully with all styles of frames, from bold statement pairs to the most delicate wire rims. If you do try this look, remember, keep the length grazing your cheekbones and avoid a straight-across cut. The softness is what makes this style work. So if you could try just one haircut this year, would you go for bangs, bob, or maybe waves? Let me know in the comments and tell me why. Now, let's wrap things up with the big takeaways and a final tip for your next salon visit. We've explored 5 fresh, flattering cuts, each one designed to celebrate your glasses and high forehead, not hide them. Whether you felt drawn to the playful Pixie, the easy movement of a side fringe, the energy of mid-length waves, the polished lift of a layered bob, or the face-softening curtain bangs, I hope something sparked a bit of inspiration. The real takeaway? Every style can work beautifully after 60, as long as it's tailored to your features and those favorite frames. Sometimes, it's the subtlest shift that makes the biggest difference. A light layer, a gentle fringe, or just a softer outline can bring new life to your look without changing who you are. Now, here's a practical tip for your next salon visit. Before you head in, put on the glasses you wear most and snap a quick selfie from the side and the front. Show these photos to your stylist before they start cutting, so they can see exactly how your hair, frames, and face shape come together. It's such a simple step, but it can mean the difference between just okay and absolutely right, especially for framing the face with layers or a fringe. I'd love for you to share the look that caught your eye, maybe screenshot it and send it to a friend, just for fun. And if you're curious about trying out new styles before your next cut, stay tuned. The journey isn't over yet.